Hello, Aquarius. This is a little crooked. It's Marley with Fawn and Fire Intuitive, and I'm doing your general and love reading for November 2018. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this one doesn't resonate with you, check out my videos for your Moon, Rising, or Venus signs, alrighty? Or you can contact me in the box below for a personal private reading. Email me at fawnandfireintuitive@gmail.com. It's in the box below. Also, guys, check me out on Instagram. I do mini readings there, plus I like connecting with you guys there and getting to see your faces. You can just search Fawn and Fire, or it's Fawn and Fire Intuitive, okay? All right, Aquarius. So I'm going to do a reading, your best case scenario and your worst case scenario. Okay, so this will depend on your choices and the choices of the people around you, but we're going to look into what the best case scenario is and what the worst case scenario is, and then the energetic blocks so you can get it towards the best case scenario. Okay, if you want to skip ahead to love, go for it, but what I've been finding, I've already done 3 of them. It all tends to work together, so you might want to watch the whole thing, okay? I pulled like your high-level energy cards, the overarching energy for November for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I pulled those ahead of time. We have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. It's happening now. So things you've been wanting to manifest, doors you've been wanting to open, desires of your heart, it's happening now, okay? There is no delay. And a lot of that is with this sisterhood of the rose because of the growth that you have gone through. We have beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. So not only for a lot of you, either this has already happened or it's happening now or in the very near future, you've really started to like take the time to appreciate like the beauty in your life, the beauty in creation, the beauty in the fact that this world is so insane. It's, you know, that the spiritual and the scientific and the mathematic, that it all goes together. And for a lot of you, it seems like your mind's been blown. And you've been putting, others of you, you've been putting a lot of work into a project, okay? Some of you have been putting a lot of work into a project. You've been very devoted to it, and you have wanted it to be perfect, and it is. And you're creating what you were hoping for. It's happening, okay? Others of you, priestess, mystic, teacher, like what you have learned and what you are creating, it's actually teaching and inspiring other people. So that's a really awesome energy to have in the near future, okay? Or now, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, so we are going to look into best case scenario, worst case scenario, and then the energetic blocks for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, November 2018. 3 cards for each. The best possible outcome and the worst possible outcome. One more. Okay. I'm going to cut the deck. Oh, we have a jumper. 10 of Swords. Okay, so some things that, some disappointments that happened. It could have been, you know, with a person. It could have been a breakup. It could have been someone stabbing you in the back. Could be fears and worries that you've been carrying on. Those are in the past, and you're moving into this new energy of like appreciation, manifesting what you actually want to happen, not getting caught up on past pain and past energies. And a lot of you, I hesitate to use the term, but it's like, you know, there were some people who wanted you to fail, and they saw you fall, they saw you falter, but they are going to see you rise as well. Okay. Yeah. Some of you were in a very difficult relationship. It could have been a business relationship, friendship, or a romantic relationship. I feel like for a lot of you, it was a romantic relationship. This person gutted you, okay? But you are turning the tides. You are making lemonade out of lemons. I almost said lemons out of lemonade. What movie is that from? Is that Mean Girls? Your best case scenario is you walk away from what's not serving you emotionally and you go in search of you, and you go in search of your star, your, your North Star, your, what you want. Okay. The things that aren't serving you. And some things, they're already over, but emotionally it's still affecting you. And it's time for you to be like, you know what? I have a new journey ahead, because you are manifesting right now very quickly. We have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Okay. So the things that you want, that you've been trying to create, you cut the energy of the negativity and you go in search of your own satisfaction. And all of a sudden you are up here looking down, creating what you want to create. You're not like at the bottom of the mountain, like, oh my God, it's so far away, I have so far to climb. No, you're already on top, looking down at what you've been through, what you've created. And also, you're not distancing yourself from what you want. So often we put what we want on a pedestal and we actually distance ourselves from it and we can't manifest. But right now you're in this energy. If you can walk away from, getting caught up in dissatisfaction, worry, sticking around with things that clearly aren't working. Like if something's not working in a relationship, in a project, face it right away. Find out what works, because the energy's moving fast. It's happening. It's happening now. Okay. That's your best case scenario. Your worst case scenario is you just keep carrying a burden that, you had the 10 of Swords and now the 10 of Wands in reverse. There are things that are in the past. They're in the past for a reason. You learned from them. You are moving on from them. But for some reason, you keep revisiting it. Okay. And it slows down. It's like the universe is trying to move you forward, trying to help you create, trying to give you new passion. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But the King of Wands, he builds, like he learned from his past. And he gets a new inspiration and builds something new. He never lacks inspiration. He's always pressing forward. He's always got this new great idea. And a lot of times people think he's crazy at first. And then they're like, oh, that was brilliant, That's what fate is moving you towards. You don't need to be so burdened. You can trust your ideas. You can trust your heart. You can trust your creativity. You can trust your individuality, okay? Let's get one more card for both of these, because I don't feel like it got very specific at all. There's hardly even any signs here. All I know is your best case scenario is you can get what you want quick. Yeah, Seven of Cups in reverse. Best case scenario, you stop wearing a mask and you just be you. You stop like kind of having delusions about, not delusion sounds harsh, but it's like, like second guessing yourself. Okay, well, what if I go that way? What if I go that? What if I do this? What if that? What if? No, like follow your gut. Your intuition is spot on. You're creating heaven on earth. You're creating what you always wanted. It's happening. You just need to be able to be willing to walk away from what's not serving you. And also with this Eight of Cups and then the Seven of Cups in reverse, walk away from like over analyzing the options. What feels right? What feels good? Ultimately, start with the end. What are you trying to manifest? What is it you want in your life? In 10 years, you want your life to look like this. I want this kind of relationship. I want this much money. I want this kind of business. I want to feel this way regarding my body, my, what I'm doing. I want to give back in these ways. When you start at the end, then you can easily see which cups do not line up with that ending and you can cut them loose, okay? And you stop making excuses about it and things start to happen very, very rapidly. Aquarius, you are on the fast track, which is awesome because most of the time we always have to wait. But it's like the wheel of fortune is moving. Put the burden down, okay? Because let me pull one more card for this. What you resist persists. I've never even liked that quote that much, but you're manifesting rapidly. It's your choice if you're manifesting abundance, creativity, what satisfies you, love, or if you're just like, it's interesting that salamander just jumped out at me. Yeah, King of Cups. If you carry the burden, emotionally you're going to be very unsatisfied, and it is going to affect your creativity. And with the salamander, don't feel so much worry about making mistakes, okay? You know, when the salamander loses its tail, it can just grow a new one back. Like, you don't have to worry so much. You're in this powerful place of manifesting. Even if every once in a while something doesn't turn out exactly as planned, look at the definition you're assigning to it, because ultimately it might be for the best. Otherwise, it's a great lesson. But with your manifesting energy, your creativity, your brains, your talent, your heart, your individuality, you can easily make up for it. Okay. I hope this resonated with somebody. It was an interesting message, but we're going to move on to love. Okay. So I'm going to pull oracle cards, and then we will pull tarot cards. Best case and worst case scenario in love for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus, November 2018. Singles, couples, and it's complicated. Because isn't it always complicated? Now, I find with these, a lot of times the energy overlaps. Okay, so I'm going to do singles, couples, and it's complicated. I'll go back and forth between them a little bit, and just listen for what speaks to you, okay? There's a lot of people who watch this, so I try to make sure I'm speaking to the collective energy as much as possible, all right? Singles, express your love. Go ahead and make that romantic gesture. Couples, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And it's complicated. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay. So before I start talking about this, let me just get the tarot cards really quick. For singles, the one thing I notice about this card, and I've never really noticed it before, but if you look at the colors of the clothes, it's all the colors of the chakras. Okay, so the root chakra is red, sacral chakra, orange, solar plexus chakra, yellow, heart chakra, green, throat chakra, blue. I don't really see the third eye in here. But basically, the being open, being vulnerable, putting yourself out there, not being afraid to kind of like get attention seems very important for you right now. To just be like, this is me, and I'm fabulous, and I think you're fabulous too. You know, don't close off who you are. When you feel like, here's the thing, when you feel like giving love to somebody, give it. Just give it without expectation. You know, so often we message somebody, but we message them wanting a certain response, wanting a certain acknowledgement. And that it ends up messing it up, because then we get frustrated. So we weren't really giving love. We were almost manipulating to try to get what we wanted back, if that makes sense. So put yourself out there, but put yourself out there without resistance, without expectation, because then you don't have to feel stupid. Because it's like, oh, they didn't message me back. Well, so I was sending them that compliment or that funny joke or messaging them because I care and I wanted to talk to them. How they respond is not my problem. I thought I was being nice, you know? Like, if you can keep your focus on what's good about you and not what's not being given back to you, it really creates a lot less resistance. And then you're not like, because a lot of times when we are coming at it from this kind of like, I'm going to message them because I want them to message me back, or I'm going to reach out because I want A, B, and C to happen. I'm going to say this because I want them to say that. Immediately you send it and you start to feel like, oh, did I say the right thing? Did I say the wrong thing? How are they going to respond to that? Oh, I could have phrased it a little differently. Did I message too soon? You start overthinking it. And all the energy that's in that message is just resistance. And like the person opens it and it doesn't make them feel good. Have you ever gotten that? Like you get a message from somebody and they say all the right things, but you just feel like, ew, no, 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 no. I feel something weird here. I feel like it's important for you singles. It's important for all of us, honestly, to put yourself out there, be confident in who you are, and share that love and that light without expectation, so that you can just not feel weighed down by it. All right, let me get the tarot cards for these. So many cards in the reverse. Okay. So for singles, like I said, we have express your love. So if there's somebody you're thinking about, if there's somebody you like, if there's somebody you want to reach out to again, just do it. Just do it without expectation. Like if you lay down this 10 of Wands, like the burden, the expectation, the energetic burden, you know, the odds start to really go in your favor. Okay. Your worst case scenario is you stay totally attached, and you don't get what you truly deserve. Okay, some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Libra. Yeah, it's like you don't want to manipulate in any way to try to get what you want out of a situation. Let me pull one more card for that. What's this devil energy about? You know, your worst case scenario is you're not treated fairly because someone's a jerk, but that's no reflection on you. It's not. All you've put out is love. And that's courageous and strong to put yourself out there. And if somebody doesn't respect it, it's no reflection on you. It's no reflection on your worth at all. Yeah. Four of Pentacles. Don't have so much attachment, okay? Because ultimately that you end up like guarding your heart, because it hurts every time. If you're attached to an outcome, if you have expectations, then it feels like rejection. If you don't have expectations and you know, you're just comfortable with being a person that puts yourself out there, you don't have to guard yourself so much, and you don't have to hold on to like, you don't have to keep like holding on to like the stories of, well, I got rejected that time and I got rejected that time, or the stories of like what people told you growing up what your worth is. Don't hold on to those stories. They're not true. Okay. Okay, couples, we have your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. So this could be that the two of you are kind of just on different pages on a lot of things right now, okay? One of you could be transforming. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have the Queen of Pentacles here in the reverse. So it's like one person could be transforming and the other isn't. Or the relationship could just kind of feel like it's a little unstable right now. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Yeah, there, it seems like there's some, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So it seems like you could be in a relationship where you or the other person has some like family values or some ideals that to them, this is what makes a good woman, a good man, a stable relationship. There could be financial issues in the relationship. But, you know, someone could be trying to change you, or you could be trying to change someone else because you feel safer if a relationship looks like A, B, or C, okay? It's just like you were raised that women should always do this, or you were raised that men should always do that, and, or the other person was, and, it's causing instability for sure. Temperance. there's more than one way to do things. Things aren't black and white. Temperance is the balance of all of it, the stability, the emotion, you know, the thoughts, the passion. You're able, like opposites can attract, and you might be with someone who's just a different race, a different religion, someone who's had a completely different upbringing than you, and it like weirds you out, but it's actually good. This is transformational. It's a new beginning for you. It's teaching balance. It's teaching not to be closed-minded. Yeah, Queen of Swords. It could be teaching you or the other person that they don't have to like, they don't need to marry their mom, or you don't need to be your mom, or you don't need to always listen to your mom's voice in your head. You could be older as well, or divorced and newly single, and you're like, what do I have to offer now? What do I have to offer? But you have a lot to offer. This is a big transformation in your life, and you need to like let go of those definitions of like what you thought like marriage had to end up like, because you're going to be okay. All right. Some of you too, you might feel like divorce isn't right, but you're in a toxic relationship and you do need to get out. It doesn't matter. Like if your parents are like, you can't, like your parents might not have divorced and they had a bad marriage, or they had a good marriage, but regardless, it's like, no, people, you stay married because that's the right thing to do. But meanwhile, you feel very off balance. You don't feel nurtured. You don't feel loved. And it's time to like face your truth. Your worst case scenario is you don't, you know, you don't kind of handle the healing and the thoughts from the past, and you don't get a stable offer. Because it's coming at a snail's pace. Yeah, heartbreak. Okay. All right, for it's complicated, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Somebody's coming back with this judgment here, and with Venus in retrograde. And it's a tower, but it's not a bad one. This could be someone you had a bad breakup with, but it's a surprise. You're going to be surprised. It might not be who you thought, okay? Worst case, it could be a Virgo. Worst case scenario is you kind of, it's Ace of Wands. So you might think you know who it is and it's somebody different. So your worst case scenario is you're like, oh. But also, like it starts fast and then the person pulls away, or you pull away, or you don't feel right inside and someone feels left out in the cold. But the best case scenario is I guess just that somebody's coming back. The problem is, here's the problem. You have the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands here. The Knight of Swords in reverse. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, okay? Or Virgo. The problem is somebody's coming back, but it's not going to be the surprise you wanted. They're not coming back as a Knight of Shining Armor. They might not be willing to discuss some of the things that you want to discuss. You know, they're still pretty set in what they're trying to create, okay? And they might be the one, and, you know, it'll feel good to talk to them, but ultimately, it seems like the worst case scenario is there's still growth to do. There's still going to be a time of feeling left out in the cold, a time of kind of having to like seek after your own satisfaction, okay? But definitely something isn't over that you don't want to be over. And this person is kind of starting to see what they could create with you. But this isn't going to be the like, the union, the reunion. This isn't, yeah. It's something you've manifested. It is something that's going to mean a lot to you. It's going to lift you up. And, you know, keep manifesting. Yeah, keep manifesting. But there's not a stable offer yet. We have King of Pentacles in reverse. It's not like this like stable love offer, but they are coming back. They're still there. They're still there. They still care about you. They still think about you. They still want to talk to you. But the worst case scenario, and I feel like that one, there really is like one scenario, like, but you can take it and enjoy it for what it is, you know, rather than feeling like left out in the cold and like, oh, why did they do this to me again? Like, no, okay, they're growing. I see it. And I'm so glad I got to talk to them and see how they are. And I'm glad that they keep coming back because there's something here, you know? Okay. Aquarius, thank you guys so much. Again, if you want a personal private reading, my information's in the box below. Check me out on Instagram, and I will talk to you guys very soon. So much love and light to you. Bye.